Learning asana and teaching the asana to the other person is not yoga. If this person can earn in his 19, why should I not start at the early age? You have to decide that I have 5 to 6 skill, and now in which skill I need to exit.
What's your ultimate purpose with Avinash Yoga? The following is my conversation with Mr. Avinash Gautam. Having more than 7 years of practicing yoga, he is certified as level 3 by the Yoga Certification Board. With more than 2 years of teaching experience under his initiatives, Avinash Yoga and the yoga club founded by him here at college, he earns enough to pay his own fees in his third year at NIT Nagpur. Apart from yoga, he is an All India rank 1 at Mathematics Olympiads of Kendriya Vidyalayas all across the India, a student mentor under the mentorship program here at NIT, and what's more, he loves writing poetry and learning Sanskrit. I got to learn many things while recording this, and hopefully you will too. Let's begin. What are the common expected outcomes people want out of their lives when they start practicing yoga?
Nowadays, the reason why people are preferring yoga is different. Earlier, they were exploring their self, and they were going into the deeper domain that what I am, and they were searching the answers of the life. Nowadays, it is more toward the fitness and the meditation, means due to anxiety or depression, they are seeking the help of yoga. Along with that, major domain is weight loss, or you can say fitness, by which everyone is trying to get when they are doing the yoga, means in 1 2 month 3 months. Most of the people are quite impatient, means about the yoga, that they want they want the result at the like least possible time, means in 1 month 2 month they would be trying that they are getting the major benefit most of the time, which is weight loss or the overcoming depression or the anxiety.
What do you mean by exploring themselves?
Exploring themselves means in earlier time what was happening ki everyone was having good lifestyle, means they were not having these I'm talking about ancient India, which can be related with the Hatha Yoga, which we can say 1000 or 2000 year back. So in that time range, the depression or the weight loss, all these kinds of problem were not there, weight gain problem was not there, because everyone was physically active as well as mentally they were challenging their self. So these problems were not that much big. So the major problem or major thing they were thinking of that we have to achieve a certain higher level of thinking, and in that way they were going deeper and deeper aspect of exploring the most common question you might have also heard of, that is who am I, and then exploring deeply into the domain of the yoga. Means in Ashtanga Yoga, 8 limbs are there, or you can say 8 stairs are there, in which you are firstly doing the external discipline, then the internal discipline, and that way the last step is samadhi. So in that way they were exploring the yoga, and it was more often toward the lifestyle rather than just having it for the fitness or the mental well-being. Means that was also part, but it was around 1/8 of what uh, we were having earlier.
From the people you have talked, you must have heard many stories like someone might have gone through depression or something.
Yeah.
So, what did you learn? Is there something that has changed you while experiencing the story?
The main thing which I have got so many students who have gone through many different phases, which they told me after they got result. Means I was not also not aware that they were going through that much problem, and many of them, like if I recall certain, uh, one student was like, let me just say that suicidal tendency was there, and from the family background she was too much depressed, or you can say she was pressurized a little bit due to family problems. So she was going through that, and after like she was continuously going through the medication of the depression and all. But after 2 3 4 months, like she gave the feedback that yoga played a vital role in changing the perspective that what she thinks about her life. And later she not only got excelled into the advanced yoga, means she is now performing advanced level yoga, means if she give exams of yoga certification, she can be yoga teacher also after learning a little bit more into the deeper aspect of the yoga. Means that I am saying ki from a depressed student to a advanced practitioner, the journey was insane. And many times what I feel ki people get benefit, but every what I want to say ki what I learned, as you asked, that what I learned from the journey of everyone, that the first thing is patience is important. Means if we are not having patience in any of the field, we would be not getting any result. And the second thing is ki whatever higher level you are achieving, whether you are IITian, whether you are UPSC aspirant, or you have achieved so many things, depression is kind of, or mental well-being is kind of thing which anyone can be affected, and anyone can have bad phase in their life irrespective of their success what they have achieved earlier. Means for example, if a person is so much successful is in his life, but at the same time he might be suffering from the depression also, or suffering from any kind of well-being issues. So for example, Sandeep Maheshwari was also, he is a motivational speaker, but he was also, so what I learned ki no one is special, and everyone have their ups and downs, and downs can come in life of everyone. So everyone should respect other person's mental well-being, and we should collectively approach about the mental well-being of every person who is in our surrounding.
Why do you think like even the successful people goes through this sort of depression? Like they must the fact that they are successful, they must have achieved what they wanted, at least to some extent.
Yeah, the word success is a relative term. Means we are continuously in a long race, and everyone is having so many people who are ahead of them and many people who are behind them. So success is a relative term. Means if we are achieving something, we would be happy for that certain period, but we would be having lack of satisfaction when we are looking the person who is ahead of us. So we would be trying to chase that person, and in that case, if we are unable to, like, let me explain why the depression or any kind of mental well-being problem is happening. The reason behind that is what you are thinking that it should happen, it is not happening. That is the major cause. Means if I am thinking that I would be getting this much of income in a month, let's say, so that I was thinking, but by other factors it is not happening. So what would be happening, that I would be becoming anxious that my goal is not fulfilling, and in that way I would be thinking that I am not doing well, and the series of overthinking would be started. Most of the time the regret kind of thing is happening, which is we have done in the past. Means whatever we have done in the past, that would be causing the regret part, and whatever we have to do in the future, the procrastination or the anxiety part, that would be there. If we are in the present means if we are focusing on our breath, means if we are living the present moment, everyone knows that we need to live in the present moment, but no one applies that. And that is the major problem. If we sorting if if we would be sorting our problems in that way, that what is the cause of this thought, means there is a technique of antarman. If we are performing that in daily basis, and in that way we would be learning how to control and modify our thought. Means you would be not only getting that you would be having depression period, you would be having ups and downs, but at the same time you would be in a position to judge that position in a most suitable manner, as compared to a person who would be too much anxious.
One of the closest friends that you have had was a teacher of yours. Uh, what did you came to know about teachers in general from that experience?
Yeah, so I can say her name also. Like Neetu ma'am was is my one of the most like favorite person, and the reason behind that is she always supported me whenever I was down. Means in my 11th grade, that was the time when I was having lack of support. I was saying that because again the reason which I told earlier, that everyone is having expectation, and if the things are not going according to you, you would be having bad phase. So in that phase, I was sharing so many details with her, and her constant guidance means as a friend, means not as a teacher who is like teaching you, but as a friend who is guiding continuously that what is wrong and what is right, and what you should ideally do. In that way she was doing, and she is also in my contact right now also, and she had cleared the PSC of Uttarakhand. Now she is posted there. So uh, the role of the teacher is key. What I think that the famous example of Ravan, that he was having so many so many knowledge, and he was having so many qualities, but one bad quality was affecting his overall image. So in the same way, I feel that if a teacher is too good, he is teaching too good, and everything is right, but the last part, which is interaction with the student, is not good. Means if the teacher is not helping, or you can say is too much what you can say, the students are not that much interactive with the teacher is not that much interactive with the student, and he is always not giving any kind of importance to what is the perspective of the student. In my case, that would be a bad teacher, and those kind of teacher I don't want. If a teaching part is average but the support part is higher, I would appreciate that. Because what happens ki the learning and the teaching part, everyone would be learning at different stage of time in their life, but the main part is ki what you are feeling, you should have someone who is backing you and who is always supporting you. The same goes with the professors also. I feel that the problem with the professors is ki they are fond of their own ego, and I am using the word ego because I have seen that closely. So many of them are good, and some of them are like that. They don't want to give any kind of positive feedback, or you can say any kind of sense of error for the any kind of sense of benefit to the student. Means they would be not giving any chances of error for the students, and they would be saying this is right, this is wrong. They would be working as a robot. Means they would be constantly following the guidelines and
Professional.
yeah. Means not being professional, it is kind of being a person who is always following the rules. So if the rules are impacting the student in the bad way, you should alter the rules. That is my take. But those who are watching, they might be having different opinion. But as a student, what I feel that teaching part is not that important for the student. Means that can be average, and that is also fine. But the support part, or how the teacher is conducting the class, how he is motivating the student, how he is bringing support, that is main thing.
One of the things that I've seen is that many teachers gives a hint that they are there to help you and you can reach out to them, but mostly students do not get it, or they do not have the confidence enough to reach out to them.
Saying that I would be supporting you, you can come to my office, and I would be there to support you.
Like
That word, those words are quite common. So the take from here is ki the teacher should analyze. If it is coaching, I am not saying about that, but being a mentor, I can say that you have to externally observe that what the student is going through, and you have to firstly observe, and at least once you have to talk with them personally, so that at least they are getting the personal contact. And that doesn't matter ki he is well or not, then in that case only you are doing that. In case he is totally fine, then also have a friendly interaction with the student, and that is the main thing. Means saying that I would be always available, that doesn't mean that you are available. You have to initiate. If the student is not if the student is not starting the conversation, in that case you have to, one who have to like have some knowledge of psychology, that what is going inside the mind. And I always feel that teacher should think like a student, because they also have gone through that phase. Many times the student would be creating or doing mistake. In that case, you don't have to become too much authentic, or you can say too much formal person. You have to say that okay, this mistake you have done, and this is the uh, these are the causes which are there, and now this is the solution which you need to do. So that is the take, because if someone is not uh, coming from the front, in that case the teacher should have some knowledge of psychology, that what it is going on inside the mind of the other person, and you have to observe and do the action accordingly.
You just mentioned about ego, and in our recent conversations, you said that you had ego in your school days, but only you realized it much later in your college life. How do you define ego in your case? What was it?
Ego, that means in my case earlier I was considering myself too special, means I was thinking that I am having these capabilities and I would be achieving this, because the reason behind that was ki wherever I was studying at that time, whatever competition or whatever thing I was going, I was securing the rank. So that was boasting that level, or in other words, not ego, but over confidence at the other level. Overconfidence might be a wrong word here, because that was a positive side, means you are having something that you are thinking that you would be able to do this, because you haven't seen the possibilities, and whatever possibilities you have seen in that, you have done well. But when I came into the college, I came across many people, and later I found that no one is special, and everyone is having some qualities, but everyone is not uh, what I can say ki no one is special, means even if you are too high in a certain position, then also you would be having so many uh, qualities which are not desirable, or you can say many, everyone is combination of good and the bad qualities. So in that way I can say ki sometimes ego would be helping you in a positive manner, and later you would be realizing that many things you also can't do, and there is like only a certain amount of time you are having, and you would be investing that in certain level, and everywhere you can't achieve 100% of that, means many places you would be achieving only a certain fraction of those things.
For particular, you mentioned you won't be able to achieve all the things. So things are related to a particular thing, or like they are discrete from each other.
What I think ki,
Like they the same toward the
yeah,
same goal.
no, different goals, means earlier I was thinking, for example, yoga or maths olympiad, or sketching Sanskrit, or any kind of literature related event, writing poetry and other thing. Earlier I was exploring every domain, and I was thinking I would be making my 100% in all of them. But later I realized that I can't make everything up to the best level. So I have to drop other things, and I have to only excel in one direction. And that was the point when I decided that the major domain would be yoga along with my academics, and which I am doing my engineering. So I would be pursuing yoga along with that, and I would be dropping the sketching or uh, any kind of like Sanskrit or creative thing. They are also there, but they are not that much professional. They are subsidiaries, means occasionally in 1 month or 1 week I would be exploring those domains. Yeah.
One of the things people struggle with is that if someone has found what they want to do in life, but they haven't explored other fields, so how should we explore other things and keep an open mind while doing a certain thing? What is your experience?
My experience is that at least one thing you should have as a primary, and then you have to explore other things. You should not wander like
What should be the mindset while exploring those things?
means in the mindset also, like one thing should be primary, means at least at one place you are working, or you can say you are studying, or you are having one goal which is the main thing, and toward which you are running. Let's say for example, if you are doing college, so till first year to fourth year you would be studying here, so that is the backbone, and everything would be revolving around, because you would be not dropping down in between. So everything whatever you would be exploring would be in the circumference of this backbone only, means this is your backbone, and now that is everything which is related with that, whether it is your academics, your college things, all those things, your college life, that would be coming in that domain. And now this is the main thing which you are having. Now apart from that, you can explore different fields, means you can explore different directions, whether it is exploring gaming, or you are working toward any uh, aerospace things like astronomy things, or different clubs are there, so you can explore. And the same goes when we are not having college also. For example, if someone is just they are doing nothing and they want to explore that what are my capabilities, I am good at one thing, and how you should practice the other thing, or how you have to explore the other thing, in that case you should at least try the basic thing. Means I think that anyone can achieve 50% of everything, means whether it is singing, dancing, acting, listening, or all kind of skills, whatever skill you take, if it is not too much specific, in that case a regular person or a common person can achieve 50% of that. Means anything you would be putting on, I would be trying my best to achieve at least 50%. And the graph of achieving from 0 to 50, let's say for example learning the flute, or learning any violin, or doing yoga, means any kind of skill you can think of, in that achieving 0 to 50% or 60% is not that much difficult. Anyone can be, from the beginner to intermediate level, they can achieve with a little bit effort. But achieving the perfection is quite harder, and there that is the main thing, or you can say where you have to decide that I have 5 to 6 skill, and now in which skill I need to excel. And that is the main part. As you asked that if I am not I am completely new and I want to explore so many different fields and I am good at one, so at least for the others, achieve till the 50% of that skill and just explore as a beginner. And till you are achieving 50%, now you are having 5 to 6 ways, and now you have to decide which way would be serving you till the 90% or the 100%, because at least one thing you have to master, otherwise you would be a mediocre person and you would be like left with doing anything average.
You know Tim Ferriss?
No.
Okay. So he's a very good podcaster, and he do many other things too. So recently I was listening the conversation between Ryan Holiday and Tim Ferriss, and Tim was talking about his concept of limited time only. He explained that whatever project he undertakes, he goes in with the mindset that I'm going to do this for a limited time only, and not that if I'm going to do something, I'll do it forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like say, I want to do podcast. So my aim should be like I will do 6 to 7, and if they works out all well, I may extend it and I may stop it, rather than I have to do it. So what are your thoughts on this?
See, as we have to continuously change, and in that way this would be also coming. Means I agree with the decision, because I agree with the perspective, because I also do the same. Means I just challenge myself that I have to achieve this thing, and if I would be achieving that, then I would be moving to a next goal. Because if you are stuck with a certain thing for your entire lifetime, and if you are thinking that for entire your lifetime you would be doing YouTube only, you would be doing the teaching only, in that case you would be left with monotonous things only. So always you have to seek for the newer things. And the concept of limited time, in my perspective, I can give an example where you are having four test tube, or you are having four bars, where you are having a fluid. Means let's say this much of amount, let's say 1 liter of fluid you are having, which is signifying your time, and you are having four beaker or four test tube, in which whatever activities you are doing, activity A, B, C, D, you are having that much time only. And if the bar of that activity would be signifying how much you are perfect in that. So let's say the A, out of those four, if the one is yoga, the second one is academics, the third one is let's say singing or dancing, the fourth one can be reading the books or anything. So if I would be pouring the water in that, I would be having limited time only, and whatever I am giving to the these four bars or these four beakers or these four test tube, in that case I would be getting that I have to cut down the time from the other things, and I have to, if I need to excel in one up to 75 level, 75%, I have to achieve till like if I want to achieve a certain level in yoga, let's say, so I would be giving my 75% of time there only, and the rest of the time I would be giving to the other. As the time is not limited, means you are having a certain set of time only na, so it might be 1 year or 2 year. Let's say if someone says ki I have to perfect all the fours, in that case you require additional time, and the additional time you would be dividing. So that is the my perspective ki if I am having four of the things to do, I would be investing my time to the thing which I want to work on, and rather than wasting it to a particular skill or particular thing which would be not helping me to get the things which I want.
To yoga again, what's your ultimate purpose with Avinash Yoga?
The ultimate purpose, firstly, I started because I wanted some kind of exploration, as I was skinny, let's say. So I was having that flexibility a little bit, so I wanted to explore. So fortunately, in ninth class, I got about the like KVS yoga, means in the Kendriya Vidyalaya, I got to know about the regionals and the nationals level. That happens that year only, like in 2016, I think. So at that time it started. So I was kind of I was in too much rush ki I have to somehow go from my school in the yoga team, and that was that much deep motivation ki anything would be happening, but I have to go. I don't know why I opted for, but I was a standby player at that time. But fortunately, again, uh, one person says that he would be not going. Then I was going, and I was coming to the Nagpur for the first time for yoga, and now I am in Nagpur. So
Something is there.
yeah, means my yoga journey was. So coming back to the question that what I have to do, so I was just giving a little bit background. So I started just for learning, and then I learned the advanced yoga, you can say, just for the competition. But later, when I was during the JE period, or later during the COVID period, I felt that it is not just something which is restricted to the competitions only. Everyone is facing so many issues, and everyone was having lack of immunity during the COVID, and that was the period when I was thinking ki if a rich person is there, or if too wealthier person is there, or a person who is achieving so many success, so much success, then also if he's having bad health, in that case he would be left with nothing. And the health is the ultimate thing which we need to work on, and that motivates me that I have to do something in the health domain. And that was the first time when I started during my JE period only. I did 21 days challenge in my YouTube channel. Not so many people, but at least those who were in my surrounding, they were in their homes, and many of my school teachers, they said that they were following the schedule. So they were following the YouTube live, even if 10% are doing, or 10 15% are doing, I was taking the 21 days session. So from there I got that yeah, it is something which I need to work on. Currently I am working on the JE, and I would be achieving IIT or NIT, whatever. Finally I got NIT instead of IIT, and from there I thought from the first year ki when I would be entering the college, I would be doing something about the yoga, and I thought of teaching yoga online, and then I explored much into the domain, and then I later did my certification of yoga certification board level 3 from the Ayush Mantralaya. And now my purpose is, with the Avinash Yoga, I want to reach most of the people and provide them the best solution. Means what is happening right now is ki people are doing anything in the name of yoga. Means they are selling the products in the name of yoga. They are just making the business means face yoga is a scam. Face yoga is something which I feel ki it is not yoga. If someone is having the diabetes, if someone is having a liver problem, kidney problem, and he is not internally fit, if you are just working on the massaging of the face, how the face would be glowing if the internal body organs are not good? So my take on that is ki that was not existing. It can be said as face exercise, but it is not yoga, because in yoga text you would be not getting anywhere that face yoga kind of things are existing. Later the yoga is completely shifted toward the weight loss, or just people are doing anything in the name of yoga, means they are, even the teachers themselves are not knowing what is yoga, means they are just following certain practices. Let me explain ki learning asana and teaching the asana to the other person is not yoga. Means learning, knowing any certain practice and then just delivering as a gym trainer. What they do ki they are knowing some exercises and they are transferring that. So as a yoga teacher, they themselves are not knowing that what they are doing. So in that field I want that Avinash Yoga, or whatever like yoga me naming I was having, so onlineyoga.me, so that naming or Avinash Yoga, with that I would be trying to spread or make uh, establish myself as a speaker, or you can say as a person who is knowing too much deep, and having some research work or the complete perspective about the yoga. Means I want the authentication, or you can say from my perspective, like people should get the real value rather than just doing anything in the name of yoga. That is my take from Avinash Yoga, and later I want to just serve as many people as we can, and many of the people are doing the same in this field, and I want to change the way how this is working. Means it is working like everyone is doing privately, and they are having like certain yoga trainer or yoga studios are there, and they are running continuously. So the proper unitization, or you can say collectiveness, is not there. So the complete proposal, or you can say the complete plan of that is yet to be made, means it is ongoing. But once it is there, I can let everyone know about that. But the major, as I said in the starting also, ki I was having something in my mind when I was in uh, 8th or ninth grade, that I have to do something with yoga. I was not knowing that how I have to proceed, and till now also I am having that ki whatever I have done or whatever I am doing, that is just a small step which I am taking toward this. And later I want to at least contribute in this domain in a best possible manner which I can. I don't know how it would be going on, and I am just working on the current duties which I am facing, and that way I would be taking Avinash Yoga further.
You talked about how you used to sit beside your father, like he was an inspiration for you to start in yoga.
Yeah.
So, are there any other people who sort of inspired you to take this journey? Not necessarily related to yoga, or inspirations. You took
Okay.
from.
So the inspiration which I took, firstly my father, because when I was, everything as is having a seed, and that, and there would be like everything which is sprouting now, it would be having seed behind. So the seed of yoga was inside me when I was in, you can say, LKG standard. That means before my first grade, means when I was in 2006 or 7, during those days when DD National was the primary broadcaster, and in that Baba Ramdev was coming, and everyone was doing the yoga in the morning 5 or 5:30 for half an hour. So during that I recall ki I was also early in the early morning, I was waking up, and
used to do that,
yeah, in my home my father was doing, and
like like in the like in your surroundings, like in your house only, or like it was common all around?
I don't know about all around, but for my house, it was common, because my father was like, he would be seeing the TV, and he would be saying he is doing this, can you do this? So I would be also sitting beside that, I would be doing certain practices. So that was like I was aware about that yoga kind of thing exists, and that was the place where I was like the rotation of the navel, which was known as rotation of the abdomen, which is known as the Noli Kriya and the Agnisar Kriya. So those things were he was doing on the TV, and everyone was fascinated by Ramdev that he is doing that. So I tried in my childhood, and I was able to do the Agnisar Kriya, that is the vertical rotation of the abdomen. So uh, I was sort of yeah, this is easy and I am able to do. And most of the thing I was, as I said, I was skinny. So in the childhood, everyone is able to do. So that was there. So I haven't got the proper knowledge of the yoga till I was in the class 7th, and in the 7th grade, the educational reform was there that yoga as a subject was introduced. So I got to know about my guru, who is Pradeep Mishra sir. So his journey is also quite inspiring, and from there I got into his contact. But that was kind of in 1 week we were getting one class of yoga from the school, so we were in constant contact. But from ninth onwards it was professional, or you can say we can learn more deeper about that aspect later. If you uh, talk about people who inspired me too much. So I used to listen the autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam by Gulzar, which is of 1 hour 10 minutes, and I used to listen that too much during my board or during my school time. And right now also, whenever I get time, I used to think about that, because it is everyone who is facing any kind of difficulty or anything, even if you are not facing difficulty, wings of fire in the words of Guljar it is, and the music and everything whatever is presented there, it would be engaging you too much. So I would be recommending everyone to at least go through that. That is the autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam by Gulzar sir. You might be finding some IIT Kanpur video of Vivekananda Kendra, I think, which is available on the YouTube, and that you can listen of. And apart from that, the other inspiration, uh, which I can say I got inspired by them too much. In a negative manner, I would be saying Carrie Minati a little bit, and the reason behind that is only one quality of him I picked up, and which was if in a negative manner I am saying, because it was kind of if this person can earn in his 19 in his teenage, and he is earning in his 17 or 18 age, then why should I not start at the early age? If he can do, his kind of person can do. I'm not saying that I am I, saying anything wrong, but if he can do, then I can also do. And that was the motivation behind that, that from the first year itself I have to bear my expenses, and from the second year onwards I tried to like completely independent financially from the family, whether it is the college fee or anything, means everything. So that was my motivation. And other inspiration, as I said, I can mention few names of my teacher, like Viva ma'am, Neetu ma'am, BL sir, and Roli ma'am. So these are some of the teacher who I think they have influenced me too much in my entire lifetime till now.
You also talked about your maternal grandmother, Nani.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just I came into the like teacher aspect, so I forgot, or you can say uh, they are kind of I can't say they are inspiration. They are within me. Means my mummy and my nani, means they are kind of inspiration, or something which is just seen from outside, or you are saying that seeing that this is the thing, and now I am getting inspired from him externally, but they are part of me, I think. And internally I feel that my like spiritual journey, whatever things I do for myself, for exploring. So I got from my maternal side, which is my nani and my mummy, and they have influenced too much, means whatever beliefs I am having or how I seek the things, means taking the things lightly. Even she she always said that my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, that don't take it too much seriously, like about the studies and all. Be calm, and everything you would be achieving in less efforts. Less effort means कि if you are pressurizing yourself too much, you would be messing up the things. And if you are just calmly putting the efforts in the right manner, you would be getting the things, and nothing left with the like achieving so many things. And just whatever you are doing, just be happy with that. Like she was kind of simple. And many things I can say about her, but it would be a complete book then.
Is there any advice you want to give be it related to health or in general?
The advice which I would be giving everyone, I'm not that much aged, but at 21 I can feel that we all would be getting health problem at later stage of time. So it is good to start early, and don't underestimate whether you are having good health. Be satisfied with that, and continuously work toward that, and take care of your parents health, and always respect your parents. That would be the thing, means whatever you are doing, that doesn't matter. Whatever your parents are doing for you, that doesn't matter. But if you are not doing anything for them, that would be a problem. And always be respectful, because they would be all only person, not even I or any other person would be there to guide you or to support you. So always be thankful to the God that you got your parents, and whatever they are doing or whatever they have done for you earlier. And the other thing is, take the things lightly, means even a person who is achieving so many thousands of things, in them also they would be lacking many things. So be at the present and focus on what you are doing, and be satisfied with that. Means whatever you are doing, start loving that, or whatever you are loving, start doing that. So that is the thing. And you might have heard this from the APJ Abdul Kalam, so it was from him. So that is my basic advice, ki take the things lightly, whatever perspective, because the things would be coming and going. Life is too vast, and we would be getting so many experiences. So it is important to take the things lightly, and don't take your health lightly. Means the situation which you get, that should be taken lightly.
Thank you, sir, for your time. I got to learn many things from you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me for your
It's my pleasure.
podcast.